check the wrist, man, got him hot. Ay, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the big skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she wanted like me cause her like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep it score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the longtime Bronco, Jason Elam, to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken very short. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Set, ready. 15 Lonnie, number 53, Mike 53. You don't want none of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's caught by OBJ. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Ready?
Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
53, check 53. I got him.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Willis. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Don't throw this way.
Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's Michael Vick, eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Let's go! 60 yards!
Y'all not ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Vick readies to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Calvin Johnson there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Elam, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. This will be taken short, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Go to base. Buzz. My 52.
Jackson from the shotgun. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Deacon Jones in there to bury him for a loss of 11. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Broncos' 49-yard line.
Ready? 40's Mike. No chance. We got double tight. Double tight. Hey. Deuce. Tighten up. Orbit. Fresno.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Room here to run. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the longtime Bronco, Jason Elam, to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken very short. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
We play to win. Let's go.
They're on the 26-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 ending. Ricky. That's it. Squeeze.
Now Griffin on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Let's go.
Picked off Byron Jones. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
Way to let them dogs.
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Set, ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run.
At the 49ers' 44-yard line.
Vick to throw it. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. If he got you the football, gave you a great opportunity, you got to capture and get some points.
Here's Vick. Got his hands the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go make the tackle right away.
And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Barry Sanders stopped short, and the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Pretty quiet.
The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Delta.
And the 49ers.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. Sliding out of the pocket. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin being chased out left. It's complete to Cruz. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On the draw, it's Jackson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop. Throwing on 2nd down. Griffin flushed out right. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerry Rice there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on, Sack.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, tight. He's coming. We got double up. Leo, watch the ship. Hey. Ball trot. Watch the ship.
On 3rd down, Nickerson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On 1st down, Griffin. Now look out, Griffin hit and he lost the football. It's loose. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is knocked out. But in a possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to do what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Griffin. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Tries to force it to Megatron, and it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We got to steal this game.
At their own 4-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the opponent doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 7 ending. Let's go, D.
Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Hey, hold on. Mike 52. Here we go.
And again this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They will indeed go for it. Vic, this is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
Here we go. Ancient Gator. Come on. You better bring it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Reed able to get him for a loss of about 3. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Go get him. Go get him. Go. 52's the mic. Check. 52's the mic. It's going to be a long day.
Now Vic stripped. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. First down with Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Vic with a give to Sanders. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
On first down, Dickerson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
22, jet bomber. 22, jet bomber. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Safe. Chef. Jack. Watch twist. 61, match box.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Yeah!
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Elam's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for
Good
and
work, boys.
taken.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A big play there for Indy. 75 yards.
First down and goal to go.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Colts have taken the lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
That's it. Turn it up. Mike, check 33. 33. Check tight end. Check tight.
To throw again. Griffin. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's got a man. Complete. Give him 32 on the play. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Griffin to throw. On the move to his left. Now look out. Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
49ers 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken short. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 21-yard line.
On the set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they weren't
Knock
on
it
the
out.
sidelines for long. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were at. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. With a big man, Bo Jackson. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now Griffin steps away. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Calvin Johnson, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. To throw is RG3. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play.
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25.
Let's go, let's go.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5.
Check 24. Watch 24. Same on. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. 36, 36. Check the backer, check the back. Bravo. Rush in, rush in.
Another run with Sanders. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Come on, set. Now they walk. Mike is a 50. Check. Rotate. Spell. And I got you, I got you, I got you.
On third down, Dickerson. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw?
Y'all already know what time it is, huh?
skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip. Money, when it's not saving, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out, I never switch, you never switch, I never switch, I never switch, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
Since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Grip.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the longtime Bronco, Jason Elam, to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Here we go. 52 set. 50-30 base. Check pass. Check pass.
Check. Check.
Okay. Liam. Rock. Rock. Go.
They'll begin to drive with Jackson on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Check. Go. Hey. Squeeze. Same off. Check 24.
On second down now. It's Jackson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
They don't want none of this.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it. Don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On second down, it's Jackson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Alert 3. Alert.
Yup. Alert 3. Go. Hey. Squeeze.
Third down, this is Jackson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Now Jackson escaping the pressure right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have it there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. If that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Check. Harper. Fresno.
Vick now. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check.
On 3rd down, Vick. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The sack by Julius Peppers.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the made field goal, Elam back out to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense is a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
Factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Watch time.
3-0 after 1. We got EA Sports.
We got 3. Here we go. Set. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What? Crunch. What? Go. Whip. Yeah. Go.
They'll run on first down. Jackson. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and a yard. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He gets this one to Johnson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit the tackle to Navarro Bowman.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Here we go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, Peyton. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready. Check. Hey, Lobo. Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Watch the pass. Squeeze. Same on. Look it. Leo.
They'll try to run forward on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Jackson got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Walter Payton there to make the grab. And the Saints have taken the lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of it.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Bang, bang.
Now Sanders.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely running better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
That's what I'm talking about.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deacon Jones just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Finding room at the 30. And finally taken down at the 34. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Randy Moss. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Throwing again on 2nd down.